Welcome to another episode of What Are You Reading? What Are You Writing? I'm your host, Karen E. Osborne, author of Getting It Right, which is a family saga suspense novel, and Tangled Lies, my first murder mystery, which came out last June, and Reckonings, which is coming out this June. And today my guest is Mona Shroff. And she's my new role model. She has 3 books coming out this year. 3! One's out, 2 more coming. Oh my goodness. So we're going to hear all about that. Let me just tell you a little bit about her. She writes romance novels, and including 5-Day Reunion, which came out in January, and then 2 more coming out this year, Matched by Masala. Am I saying that right? Mm-hmm. In June, and The Second Chance in August. I am so impressed. Mona writes romantic stories by night, even though she's an optometrist by day. If she's not writing, she's with her family, she's baking, she's riding her bike, or doing her favorite thing, reading. Welcome, welcome, Mona.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me today. It was such a pleasure to finally meet you, and I'm really excited to be here today. So thanks for having me.
I am so glad to have you as well. So you say that your favorite thing is reading. What's on your nightstand? What are you reading, or on your Kindle, or what are you reading right now that you're enjoying?
So I just literally finished a day or so ago Dating Dr. Dill. Now, being an author, you do get early copies from your friends' books when you need them, want them. And I wanted this one. And so I just finished Dating Dr. Dill, and that's by Nisha Sharma. And I believe that comes out next month. And that was wonderful. It's got a nice high heat level and 2 very endearing characters. And I really, really enjoyed the whole family dynamic that she has going on there. So now that I just finished that, I am between I'm going to start this one, because I met JC Lee recently. Our books came out on the same day. Mm-hmm. And I've had this one on my TBR shelf for a long time, and her second book is already out, and I'm way behind. So these are my 2 options. They've been sitting here, and I had a bunch of deadline edit stuff to do the past few days, so I haven't been able to start one yet, but now they're on my nightstand, and so that one of those is up next.
Yes. So could you just repeat the title? You said that so fast, and you held it up so fast.
This is A Song of Secrets by JC Lee.
JC Lee.
Yes. And The Girl with the Stars in Her Eyes by C.O. Axelrod.
Nice. Yes. Nice. Thank you. One of the downsides of doing this show is that my to read pile just keeps getting higher and higher and higher.
It's yes.
So So which romance writers do you like the most?
Oh my goodness. So of course I love Nora. So
yes.
I have Nora on my shelf. So and Nora lives in Maryland as well. And so that's nice to be able to go to her book.
Nora Roberts.
Nora Roberts, sorry. We're not really on a first name basis. I've met her once, but
why not?
Well, her bookstore is in Boonesboro, Maryland, so we go there. I do love her. I love Sonali Dev's books, and I have more than a couple of hers. I think I have all of hers on my shelf right now, and a few of them are on my to be read pile as well. I mentioned Nisha, who is a friend of mine. I love Farah Haron. She's also an excellent writer. It's interesting. Sometimes I feel like I like my friends' books. So I actually like them as authors as well. Tiff Marcello is another one. She writes about Filipino family and love and all those kinds of things. So those are the ones that I tend to go to when I'm okay, now I have time to read a new book. Let me go grab something.
That sounds great. Thank you. And so one of the reasons I so wanted to meet you and pressed Angela to introduce us was because and maybe it's just my own ignorance, but I don't see people who look like you that much out in the writing world. And I wondered if it was lonely out there or if there's lots and lots and lots, and I just have to open my eyes and meet them and read them.
So I think that I was blessed that when I entered into publishing, the path had been sort of paved before me by other authors that I've already mentioned, Sonali Dev, Nisha Sharma, Falguni Kothar, like they were already kind of out there. And so when I got in there, there was a community of Indian romance writers that I have to tell you, I didn't even know was out there. And our community just grows. It just, we had a Facebook page. We thought, oh, it's like 5 or 6 of us. We'll make a page so we can communicate and ask each other questions and things. And now we have, I'm part of at least 2 or 3 different groups with different people in them of young adult romance. I mean, we span erotic. It spans the whole gamut. And some of them don't write just romance. Some of them write other things as well. But as a romance writer, it's nice to be with other romance writers because we understand the genre. And if we have questions about craft or anything like that, that's kind of your place to go. Of course, I have non-Indian friends writer friends who are there for me as well for that. But yeah, no, I think that there is, and correct, I mean, I don't know the percentages, I'll be honest. So I don't know how much Indian is out there, but I do feel like we are out there. The people that I named are all South Asian writers, you know, for the most part. And so our books are out there. We're publishing more and more. We're trying to get our foot in the door. We're trying to get proper representation, you know, those kinds of things. So if you want me to write down recommendations, I'm happy to do that, you know, and steer you in the direction of other people like myself who are writing romance or even other things, if you're interested in that. So we're there. We're trying to make a bigger presence, I believe, but it's there. I don't feel lonely.
Excellent. I'm so glad to hear that.
I don't feel lonely, but that being said, like I can be the only one in the room that's South Asian many times in a conference room or anything. Like I can be the only one in the room. I think I don't feel lonely because I found my community and where we are there together, and I have these women to lean on and ask questions and vent to and all of that kind of thing. So I think that's why I personally don't feel lonely, but you know, sometimes you walk into the room and you're the only South Asian in the room.
Yep.
Well,
I'm so glad that that you were able to come and join me, because I want everybody out there to get to know you and to get to know the writers that you enjoy and that you respect. So tell me about your 3 books. Your 3 2022 books. I feel like a slacker. So tell us about them, a little bit about them.
I'm actually super excited about this year because I was like, wow, I have 3 books coming out. It's crazy. That whole thing, I don't think it's even settled into my brain. So the first book that came out just came out a couple weeks ago, and that's this one. That's the 5-Day Reunion. And this is a Harlequin category romance. It's Harlequin Special Edition. And it is the first in the series that I started called Once Upon a Wedding. You certainly don't have to read, this is the first one, but you don't have to read them in order because they are standalones. The first one is a fake marriage, second chances trope. And it stars our 2 main characters, Nikhil and Anita, who were married and divorced. And it's been 3 years since their divorce. And now Nikhil's sister is getting married. And apparently his mom never told anybody that they were divorced. So she offers her ex-daughter-in-law, you know, an offer that she can't refuse, to come and pretend to be married to her son for 5 days. And that is where our story starts. So
and then are the next 2, are they all part of this? Is it a trilogy?
It is not. No, there's it's not necessarily a trilogy. All of the Once Upon a Wedding books are just going to touch a wedding in somehow. So the second book is Anita's brother and her best friend, and they are caterers, so they cater weddings, and that's Matched by Masala, and that comes out in June. And the third book is actually my third HQN book, and that is not part of the series. And that is a standalone book about Rhea and Dylan, and Rhea is a firefighter, and she comes with a lot of her own issues, and Dylan is a veterinarian. So this is their story, and theirs is kind of like a childhood romance that kind of didn't happen and what's going to happen now, and that one is called The Second First Chance, and that is out in August.
I love the title, The Second First Chance. That one really grabbed me. Sound like, that's one of those titles that you say, oh, I have to read this. I have to see what this is. I hope it grabbed you guys out there too as well. So to get 3 novels out in a year, what is your writing pattern like? I mean, what do you write every day? Do you set goals for yourself? A number of words? Like how does that happen?
I do set word goals for myself. And I'm learning. I'm also in the process of learning the whole process, because so right now I am promoting the 5-day reunion. I just finished editing Matched by Masala, and I am starting the next book in the Once Upon a Wedding series that I just signed a contract for 3 more books for those. So that'll be coming out later. So now I'm writing again. So I'm trying to learn how to budget my time, and I try to write every day. I do work in a day job part-time. But the days that I don't go into the office, those are pretty much writing days. So Thursday is I don't even run errands on, like, I picked a day of the week and this is my day of the week. I don't run errands. I don't go out of the house. This is my day to stay home, actually get like a bunch of words in whatever my current manuscript is, and knock those out. So I do set word goals, and my Thursday word goal tends to be higher than some other days of the week. And I think that helps keep me on track, because these books they come out pretty fast, they're due pretty fast. And then of course you have the editing to do for the other ones, and the promotion to do for the other ones, and all the fun stuff like pick out the cover and do the back copy and all that kind of thing too. So this is my office, and I am set up in here, and I work when I treat it like a job.
Like a job. Yeah. Well,
And
you're inspiring me. I love the idea of setting a day a week. So you get your writing in but there's a day a week that you don't do anything else. I've been it's kind of stuck on my work in progress. Yeah. And I am going to give that a try. I overbook myself.
Yeah.
I
might have done that too, but I do, like, Thursdays, like, so this day of the week, like, no grocery shopping, none of that. Doesn't happen today. Maybe tomorrow, but not today.
Not today. That's right. I like that. I like that a lot. So if you and I, you invited me because you like me now.
I do.
Yeah. And you and I were going to sit down and have a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, a glass of wine with one of your characters. Who would you choose, and what would you like? Tell me, Karen, this would be a good topic for us to talk about.
Oh my God, I have to choose one.
Well, you could have 2 if you want.
I mean, I would love to sit down with all of them. I think currently I would pick Rhea from The Second First Chance. She is my Indian female firefighter, and I would love to have a drink with her and just say, you know what? Tell us what it's like being a woman in the firehouse. Tell us what it's like saving lives. Like, tell me what it's like to be a firefighter, because for me, that is as far from anything I could ever do as possible. So I would really want to, like, sit her down and give her a little bit of alcohol and be like, talk. Just we're gonna listen. You talk.
That sounds awesome. That sounds wonderful. So if our listeners, viewers wanted to find out more about you, she has a wonderful website, by the way. But if you wanted to find out more about you, could you just tell them how they can find you? Where are you on social media? What's the easiest way for them to find you?
The easiest way to find me, honestly, is on Instagram. That's where I'm most active. And that's at Mona Shroff Author on Instagram. And I'm also fairly active on my Mona Shroff Author Facebook page. I visit Twitter occasionally. I usually, mostly nowadays, because I'm playing Wordle and I put my Wordle up. But yeah, I am on, I do visit Twitter from time to time, but I'm not quite as active there as I am on Instagram and Facebook. You can always go to my website. All the links and everything are there. I do want to try to be a little bit more active on my website, but right now, the easiest place to find me is on my Instagram account. And I do have a TikTok, and again, working on it, but haven't really done too much with that right now.
So are you doing TikTok? Or are you doing book talk?
I mean, it would be book talk, but it's on that TikTok app.
Yeah.
So I've done a few videos. I think I just need to get over that hump of it's hard to do a video. I don't think it's as hard as I think it is. I just need to get on there and do it. So,
well, now you know how you can find Mona. I hope that you will do that. You'll check her out. You'll connect with her on social media. I hope you'll buy her books, all of these wonderful books that are coming out this year. And I hope that you will follow her, because it's so helpful when you follow, when we have people who follow. So if you could follow her on Instagram and follow me as well, Karen E. Osborne, on Instagram and Facebook and my YouTube channel. And I hope we will see you next time on What Are You Reading? What Are You Writing? Thanks, everybody.
thank you.